Lamar over 210 yards? I don't know. You're going to have to watch to find out. Let's go with another Thrive Fantasy prop playbook. What is up, everybody? It's your boy DFSUpNorth, aka Josh Thomas here with another Thrive Fantasy prop playbook brought to you by DFS Army. That is where you can find all of my content. That is where the winners play. You know, here's the deal. I see there's lots of other sites out there, tons of other sites out there, right? And they continually prop up some of their big names wins, right? And while we do that here as well, my boy Bobby Wow, right? Who I'm on the showdown contest with every week. He is crushing it, right? A multi-time million maker winner, right? But what I see at DFS Army every week is that there are just random you and me type of average Joes winning life-changing money every single week. So if you want to join that group, you can use that code UpNorth for 10% off. And if you want to make a little pocket change this week too, maybe 20K, you can play over on Thrive Fantasy, who are our partners. And I love their site. I love the contest. I'm looking at this NBA contest right now. I'm super excited to dive into that in a little bit. But we are talking about NFL Week 7 main slate, 100K guaranteed. You can see it right there, $20,000 to first. Can you believe it? What would you do with 20K? I'd get my bathroom redone in the basement. Let's go. Let's take a win here. So yeah, like I said, Thrive Fantasy, right? They've got all sorts of contests. We got NFL, we got NBA, we got Versus, we got all NHL Friday action, right? Love me some NHL action. We got UFC. I didn't even know they did UFC over here. That's awesome. Tomorrow night's big UFC fights. They got the Monday Night Football game already posted. Let's go. But we are looking at the main contest for NFL Week 7. You can see that 20K to first, 10K to second. Tech, I'd take third place. I'd take fifth place. I'd take 10th to 15th. All right. How this game works is there are 20 props here. You have to pick 10 of them. All right. And you either pick more or less or over or under, right? So they give you the line. You pick more or less, and if you hit it, you get those points. At the end of the contest, right, the team with the most points is the winner of the 20K. So 10 contests, a 50-50 prop is about 100 on each side, and that's really what we're looking for is a little bit over 1,000. We want to hit all 10 of our props, obviously, if we want to win, but we are looking for about 1,000 points if we are going to try to take down that big prize, or really any of these big prizes. And if you're only investing $25, tell you what, I'd be plenty happy with that sort of ROI. So like I said, there are 10 or 20 props here, right? All the way down to the Sunday night game with Pittsburgh at Miami. And like I said, let me see, I'll find a 50-50 prop here. So Russell Wilson, 2.5 pass TDs and interceptions. That's about a 50-50, right? So if you pick the over, right, you're going to say that he's going to get at least 3 pass TDs and interceptions. And you pick the under, it's going to be less than that. I like this New Jersey Jets defense. They really are the New Jersey Jets, but I do like the the over there. If you were, I think that there are more chances that we end up with that than we do. I think people see that and they think it's got to be 3 touchdown passes. Well, Russie Wills can throw 3 interceptions too and get there. So I do like that one, but that is not one of the 3 that we are going to talk with today. And we are going to scroll right up to the top to talk about this Lamar Jackson prop. So we are looking at 95 points for the over, 105 for the under, 210 pass yards. And let me just open up a screen here. I'm going to show you how I'm going to look at this. All right. So if you go to dfsarmy.com, right, and we check out our NFL research station, it's going to open up into a page that looks like this, maybe. And we got every stat that you would want to know here. And look at that. Lamar Jackson right at the top. We are projecting him for 24 DK points, but I want to know what we are projecting for his pass yardages. So we are projecting him for 216.3 pass yards going up against the Cleveland Browns, who are not good. They've played a bunch of bad offenses this year and given up a ton of yardage. So while Lamar Lamar popped up on the on the injury report with a hip injury. So that could limit his rushing upside, which I think obviously increases the passing upside for him. So I am all over the Lamar Jackson over 210 passing yards. All right. The next one that I really like. We're going to save that one for the end. I got the T-Law coming up here, but we are going to go on the under on Saquon Barkley. All right. And now I'm going to tell you right now, Vegas has Saquon at about 71 yards. I think that people are going to be fired up about Saquon this week just because he's going up against the Jags, and the Jags are terrible. But if we can scroll over here on our boy Saquon, and let's see what we are projecting for my pal Saquon in a 42-point total game, right? We are projecting him for 72.9. That's a lot of meat on the bone here for Saquon. So, you know, it's enticing to play these like 110 points, 105, but sometimes you just got to go with what is the best play, right? And the best play here is clearly Saquon. All right. On the under. So the final one that I'm going to give you though is actually a big point total. And you're going to need, when you're playing over here, at least one or two of these. Tell you what, I don't hate that DJ Moore 125 over, because they got, with CMC gone, they got nobody left in that offense. Maybe it's finally DJ Moore's chance to score a tutty. But the Trevor Lawrence under 0.5 interceptions, if we go back to our research station and go to the quarterbacks, I'm going to tell you right now that Vegas has this at about a minus 130, which is better than 50-50, right? We're on Lawrence here. Let's slide over, see what our projection has for him in interceptions. Oh, we don't have one here. We don't have one. We got him as 1.5 pass touchdowns, 230 yards. He's played 6 games so far this year, has 4 interceptions, so less than 1 per game. The defense is allowing a decent amount, 31, 205 pass yards. Not bad, right? Yeah. Two sacks a game, rush yards. Yeah, I don't hate this. I think that the secondary for the Giants has been better, but T-Law's done a better job of maintaining the ball here. So I am in on the T-Law 120. That gets you a big total here. We throw in, right now we got the Russell Wilson here. If I was going to keep building, I might go, less on Tyreek, even though that's scary. I don't hate the less on Austin Eckler, even though Seattle has been gashed by the run. I think that Eckler could get most of his work in the passing game. They're not going to really hand the ball off to him here. So I don't mind the under on Jonathan Taylor scoring a touchdown. I'm already at 645 points, right? And here's the thing. I don't think we have anybody that is a real injury concern this week in the list. But if we were, like, let's say Tua, right? You play the Tua less, and then all of a sudden Sunday comes around and Tua regresses with his concussion. What they do here on Thrive Fantasy, which I love, is they have this in case of emergency prop. You can see the thing pop up right there. If a certain athlete's unable to play in the respective game due to weather, unforeseen circumstances, anything, you get your ice pick, which is your in case of emergency prop. So you pick your 10, right? Then you pick 2 more. And those are your in case of emergency props in case something happens. Really, really nice in things like UFC, right? We see guys get scratched all the time because they couldn't make weight, or they got issues, right? So if you're playing games like that, NBA, we see it all the time, right? So that in case of emergency prop is super nice. And I haven't even talked, you guys, about the most important thing here is that if you use the code UpNorth for Thrive Fantasy and you're a first-time depositor, you can get a deposit match up to $200, right? And you do that $200, so you get 200, you got 400, you get 2 free tickets to this contest right here to try your luck at winning $20K. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal if you ask me. So, like I said, hit me up. You can find me on Twitter at DFSUpNorth. You can find me in the Discord at DFS Army, where I'm going to give you a real insight into, my other favorite prop bets here. I'm always available by DM. You can always find me in the NFL channels, things like that. But again, if you're not playing there, what are you doing? If you're not a DFS Army VIP, what are you doing? That contest is going to overlay a ton. Free money, baby. Free money at Thrive Fantasy. Get involved. Again, I'm Josh Thomas. Have a great week. Peace.